All right, and we're back. Sorry for the technical difficulties. United States picked no mod 1.
And no one, still an interesting pick coming from the United States. Probably not least suspected, but still, I find it interesting to see. We see Sekri, Alexi, and the Creeper face off against Crimson Police, Poltergoose, and Chicken Nando. So both teams having a really solid roster. By the way, I have an interesting fact. I came across the fact that Crimson Police, I believe this is his second World Cup, and his very first World Cup was 8 years ago. He played in 2013, if I'm not mistaken, or 2014. So he's been around for a really long time. It probably took a really long break as well.
Well, a triumphant return here for Crimson Police in Australia, because this is, I think, tied their best finish of all time in the World Cup, making it to the top 12.
I believe so as well. So really solid performance coming from them.
Yeah, they had a big win over Germany last week, 6-3, to advance to this match. So it'll be Sekre, Lexi, to Creeper against Crimson Police, Poltergoose, and Chicken Nando on No Mod 1.
See an early miss coming from Lexi, missing in note 7 or something, I believe, so nothing to use. The map is long enough. Most likely going to be seeing more miss coming from Australia, and for USA, the Creeper dropping as well.
So that's yeah, that miss is going to affect things. Australia will gain a fairly decent lead off that as everyone hits 200 combo.
Australia know they're in the lead right now, but the map is a marathon, not a sprint, so it's more about the consistency, holding onto that combo as long as you possibly can, but they've been doing so right now. Poltergoose trading that miss from the Creeper, though. It's going to tie things up quite nicely, I believe. It's going to be about tight.
Actually, I think the United States are going to flip it because the Creeper has just hit 200 combo.
That might actually be the case, yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to be able to bank more score, assuming everyone holds combo here.
Everyone else above in combo right now. 4 in combo on the board for Sekri, Complete, and Chicken. Still 3 full combos to be seen. Slight advantage for the United States, but it's quite close. Any miss will switch it back to Australia. But Poltergoose dropping though is going to give the advantage to the United States even further.
Yeah, that missed Poltergoose. And Crimson goes down, and that's massive. Only Chicken Nando now for Australia standing. And the US will bank some serious points now as all their players are above 200.
The United States recovered right nicely after those 2 early slip-ups, whilst Australia's on the back foot definitely right now. 2 misses separating these 2 teams, I believe. Already halfway through the map, so about 2 minutes left still. Anything still up for grabs for both teams.
Yeah, but Crimson Police is struggling, and that is going to further put the United States ahead. Poltergoose has recovered to 200, but Chicken Nando will go down. Lexi and Creeper are going to double miss and trade it, though. Only Sekre left for the US.
Only 1 full combo left for the board on Sekri. Everyone else missed at least 1 more time. Poltergoose is countering Sekri right now, but there's a clear about 8,000 K advantage for the United States. So Chicken Nando dropping once more is going to further increase that in favor of the United States. And Sekri right now holding on quite nice. Chicken Nando dropping once again. Poltergoose dropping no combos on the Australian side. So the United States is going to keep further increasing this score lead.
Yeah, into the final quarter too as well, and that may be it unless the US suffer a unfortunate double or triple miss. And Australia can capitalize with 3 combos of 200. But down goes Poltergoose and Crimson Police, and that may very well seal it here.
The United States just cruising right now. If they just keep holding on, this should be in their bag. They have 200,000 point advantage, only 1/8 of the map left, so I don't think there's enough time for Australia even to come back. Some unfortunate double misses and singular misses coming from them is giving the United States quite a massive lead actually in the end. Poltergoose dropping once more. That shouldn't change a single thing. Sekri right now still holding the only full combo in the room.
Yep, Sekre going strong, only with a 2 droplet misplay right now. And the United States going to convincingly take their opening pick with 2.9 million points.
Australia in the end, the triple miss coming from them, but that didn't change anything in the end. Sekri with that full combo, but Lexi and the Creeper still backing them up, still outscoring all 3 of the Australian players, so that's explaining the 300,000 score difference. It was way closer in the beginning, but at the end, Australia kind of fell apart, I feel like.
Yeah, Australia were definitely in it in the opening third of that map. They were doing really good. They had combos, were contesting it, but just could not hang on the back end of the map It's Sekre, the full combo, pays off.
Then again, it was just United States pick. Now it's Australia to pick. I'm assuming they're going to be hopping into a double timer hard trick bracket, as they did last weekend rather, against Germany. They kept on picking double time and hard trick. Perhaps hard trick 1 or hard trick 2 seems a decent choice. Double time 1 is Air 9 DT, so I'm not too certain if Australia has 3 players that can properly read and play Air 9 DT, so perhaps that is not on the table for them.
I mean, double time would make the most sense because it's probably the US's weakest mod. And I think Australia know that.
Perhaps, yeah, definitely. I mean, the United States apparently practiced the wrong difficulty of double time 3. So perhaps double time 3 is a decent choice coming from Australia, but the map is relatively easy. More of a coin toss, I feel like, between these two teams. So they're taking the time to go for hard trick 2. So map by Ascend is a map from the United States, actually. So perhaps a small map advantage for the United States. I'm not too certain if that actually matters nowadays. But then again, Australia going for hard trick 2.
So we should be seeing Colin step in here, and he will. Sekre, Decreeper, and Colin.
I'm assuming Quidjibo is going to be the player for Australia. Crimson, please.
Yes, sir.
It's a really solid hard trick roster coming from Australia. Same goes to the United States, though. Sekre, I believe Sekre is going to be playing every single map in this map pool and in this tournament as well, if I'm not mistaken, for the United States. So he's been playing everything. Colin being their hard trick player, but Kitse is their double time player, and then Lexi and Zach are their hidden players. Lexi playing some Nomad as well. Same with Colin, perhaps play some Nomad counter. I'm not too certain. He did last weekend though. But then again, we see Chicken Nano being subbed out, not too comfortable in hard rock.
And there's the start command. So we're going to be getting underway in the second round here. So Colin and Quidjibo coming in.
Everyone readying up and picking maps quite fast for this match. This is the decent pace currently.
Crimson will go with Hidden.
Interesting. The map is 3 minutes and 23 in length, so once again a relatively lengthy pick. So once again a marathon, not a sprint, this one. In comparison to the 80-second double time one, this is really long. It's basically double in length, even triple, actually. Close to being tripled in length.
And I honestly think this map is probably a toss-up here between these two teams, because the US are good at hard rock, known for their consistency, but for this to be Australia's first pick, they have to be confident in it.
Poltwist has an early slip-up by calling train that one later on, but this miss was later on, so advantage for Australia, but Crimson Police dropping is going to switch that back in favor of the United States. Already 3 full combos done. Quidjibo, the Creeper, and Sekre hitting that 200 combo mark quite soon, and they're the only full combos left in the room.
Yeah. Only Poltergoose and Quidjibo standing on the side of Australia. Colin now still below 200. He's going to catch up, but Colin is going to go down there. So that is going to be advantage Australia here. But Quidjibo will trade it.
A lot of people struggling in the beginning of this map. Sekre and the Creeper, the only 2 full combos left. Poltergoose countering that one, though. Crimson Police as well, 2 players above 200 for both teams, so the scoreline is about tight. Small advantage for the United States because Colin's combo is a little higher than Quidjibo, but that can't be more than 10,000 points in the end, I do believe.
Yeah, it's very close right now. I mean, one miss is going to flip that easily.
Immediately, even.
Well, Crimson Police is going to go down, though, right as Quidjibo nears 200 combos. That's going to put Australia right back in the hole here.
Yeah, I'd say there's 3 combos above 200, so they're capitalizing to the fullest right now. Sekre and Poltergoose trading, though.
Yeah, but that's a big miss from Sekre. Crimson Police is also going to miss as well. Decreeper goes down, so no FCs remaining. Colin, though, is there with basically 1v1ing with Quidjibo right now.
Poltergoose and Colin trading, but Poltergoose was not above 200 combos, so that's a small advantage next of Australia, rather, I feel like. The Crimson Police dropping once more, but trading with Colin. I'd say there's 40,000 points in the lead, but I believe might get a little closer. Don't think Australia's the advantage for.
Sekre is there to negate that combo from Quidjibo. Just getting above 200. But outstanding performance here from Quidjibo. As Poltergeist goes down, Colin will trade it. Creeper's at 200 and Quijibo's down, and now the United States are really going to put the hurt on here with 2 combos above 200.
Yeah, definitely the foot on the gas pedal currently for the United States. No combos on the Australian side. Principal is just about to 200, but Sekri and the Creeper are countering that. So combo and score advantage for the United States currently. 1/4 of the map left, so still time for this to switch back in favor of Australia. But we need to see slip-ups coming in from the United States, and they seem to be quite consistent with what Colin dropped in, though.
Yeah, Colin's struggling a little bit. His teammates are backing him up. But that score bar is now ticking closer to Australia as they now have 3 combos above 200. So they're in the driver's seat towards the end.
I believe a singular miss will switch it back to Australia, but it has happened now. I don't think that column miss is going to matter in the end. It's getting closer, though.
It is getting closer. Australia is holding. That's the thing here.
So are Sekri and the Creeper, and that's going to be a breakpoint in favor of United States, but this win was not convincing whatsoever. Only 20,000 points in difference.
Yeah, in the end it was close.
Yeah, Colin's struggling just a little. Sekri had only a singular miss. Quijibo at 5, Poltergeist 9. Really high scores across the board. But the United States taking it right at the end. 2-0 scoreline, and it's United States pick. This is going in their favor currently. They want to have this over as quickly as possible to give us less information to China as possible as well. So 2-0 scoreline is definitely what they were hoping for. Now they have to capitalize and keep continuing building this lead. I'm assuming they're going to be hopping into that hidden bracket, right? Perhaps double time 1 even. I think the United States has a clear advantage on double time 1 as well.
Honestly, I have no idea what they're going to pick next, essentially. I think it could just be dependent on which players are feeling the most warmed up at the moment. Because it is very early for the US players.
Yeah, definitely. Something to note as well. Australia is quite late.
Yeah, so both these teams are playing at very tiring hours.
Yeah, we see double time 1 coming in the end. So Air 9DT, this one is 80 seconds in length. If you blink, it's over, basically. It's a really hard map. We've seen a lot of people struggling on it. The United States having Sekri and the Creeper, I feel like those two are really solid Air 9DT.
So we should see Kisetsu no Tori coming in for the United States.
A Chicken Nano coming in for Australia. Poltergeist and Quijibo staying there. Poltergeist and Quijibo quite good at double time though, so solid thrust coming from Australia. Is Colin playing this one? Does seem to be the case.
Huh. Am I wrong?
Might be.
I might be wrong here.
Stays in. Thing is, though, I feel like Sekri and the Creeper, this is their playground. They're going to be putting in a lot of scope.
Okay, I'm wrong.
But Colin is actually playing, so he just has to back up Sekri and the Creeper. That's probably their game plan right now. I think Sekri expects Colin to FC this one.
I mean, I'm not surprised that these 3 are playing DT. I just thought, I guess just Kisei is not feeling as confident on this one.
Probably. The beginning part, the first 150 combo, relatively easy, and you have to build some combo there, because after that it gets really, really hard. A lot of stacks, easy to miss a lot of notes in a row, so... But everyone's hitting that beginning part, except for Poltergeist missing, I believe, a note 2 or 3, so nothing too huge on their part either.
Yeah, very, very early. And Sakreg will go down there. So Australia will take the lead. But triple miss from Australia. It's Colin and Creeper. But the only FCs.
And that's already 1/3 in, and we're basically playing for like 20 seconds. So now the hard part has become Chicken Nano, Quijibo dropping, Poltergeist holding a little bit of combo, but dropping once more. Creeper dropping. Colin, the only combo in the room right now. Look at Colin go.
Colin!
Sekri as well, backing Colin up. The two of them taking so much score. Colin dropping.
Sekri he finally gives it up.
Look at that score bar, 300,000 points in favor of the United States. And the match come to an end already. Chicken Nano dropping once more, the Creeper trading. Poltergeist dropping as well. Quijibo with a combo right now. So many misses across the board. Colin the highest combo now. Actually, Chicken Nano above 200 currently.
But as they come to the end, it is going to be the United States here. Even though Australia were able to start running it back at the end a little bit, they built up a massive lead early on, and Colin is going to come in with 977,000 points.
Colin, the MVP in the entire lobby. We did not expect it. He didn't even spin at the end, by the way. He just stood still at the left side. He didn't catch like any bananas either, so he could have probably gotten 980 or 990k. What a performance from Colin. We did not expect that. Chicken Nana, Quijibo, Poltergus struggling just a little more. Not bad scores on their side whatsoever, but Colin, the difference between Colin and Poltergus is huge. And that's making a difference in this point. So trio scoring, great pick coming in from the United States, but I mean, hats off for Colin, definitely being the debutants.
That's the Colin we know, man. That is the old Colin.
Really solid. Really solid. Australia pick now, though, probably going to go for Hard Rock 1, I feel, or some of the no-map maps.
Oh man, I actually, to be honest, if I were Australia, I'd pick into no mod. I would try to pick a map to get Colin out of the room.
And I picked no mod 3, so
yeah, there you go.
Probably the easiest no mod in the pool. Perhaps no mod 4 is a little easier, but easy is obviously relative. But it feels more, how would you call it? It's more in the mapping meta that is currently going on, right? So it feels more natural to these players. So Nomad 3 definitely a good choice. But then again, 3 minutes 40 in length. So once again, really long map. So if you're not consistent or if you're a little nervous, it's going to be backfiring for your team. And I feel like the United States have more consistency at this point. They've been winning all of these long picks, right? So also pick coming in from Australia, high risk, high reward type of situation. See Chicken Nana Poltergus in the Crimson Please on the Australian side, and then Lexi Secretary the Creeper on the United States side. Both Ross, as to be expected, I do believe.
Yeah, no, that, as Secretary said in the chat, that was shades of 2015 Colin. That was what he was known for back in the day.
I didn't know Colin
put in the work.
Has been playing for so long, actually. Did he play in a Cash World Cup before? I don't think he has, right?
No, because for a while he was restricted, but he is no longer restricted.
Okay, I see. But then again, solid performance coming from Colin. Wow, we did not expect that. Performing Secretary in the Creeper on Air 9 DT, that is definitely a huge performance, something to write home about. Anyway, we're already starting Nomad 3. Australia's pick, they're trying to get on the board. 3-0 scoreline in favor of the United States. This is best of 13, so still a lot of maps to be played.
Yeah, Australia is still going to have plenty of chances this match. But here's the thing, is Nomad, the problem for Australia is the US are just really good at a lot of the maps in this pool. Like this is a standard Nomad, Secretary, Lexi, the Creeper. They're going to be good on it, but it is probably one of the best chances Australia have, I think.
And there's no clear weaknesses, but the thing is, when there's no clear weaknesses in your opponent, you just have to pick what you feel most comfortable on. Right? Because I believe this is the perfect choice for that. Easy to slip up, though.
And so far, a 6-way SS.
There are some wiggles coming up quite soon. If I'm not mistaken. There's some streamy sections and some wiggles and tap dash, so easy to trip up. And Crimson Please, the first one to go down, though. Early advantage for the United States. Crimson Please working once more. Everyone else hitting those wiggles, though. Really solid performance from everyone else. Poltergus dropping as well.
So that's 2 combos down for Australia. Only Chicken Nando to Creeper will be the first miss for the US. But the US will still carry on with Sakurai and Lexi against Chicken Nando. 3 FCs remaining. And Lexi goes down, make that 2.
Huge miss coming from Lexi, and that's going to tie the score. I feel like perhaps a small advance for the United States, because Lexi, I believe, missed 10 notes or something, didn't really hit that tap dash. Australia all 3 above 200 combo, whilst Lexi still building combo. That scoreline is going in favor of Australia, so it's about time. Any miss will switch it back to either team, really. Chicken Nana versus Secretary, 2 up top. Chicken Nana
double miss. Yep. Lexi will trade one of those misses, but that will favor the US. As Crimson Please goes down once again, still Sekre, the only FC in the lobby.
And we see a repetition of Nomad 1 coming in. Sekre, the consistent factor in the United States, just going, and the Creeper...
oh, Lexi! Oh, that's a huge miss from Lexi.
Simply still building combo. I'm not too certain Chicken Nando's buff 200. Chicken Nando's buff 200 though, so scoreboard going in favor of Australia, but I don't think it's enough that singular miss from Lexi to switch it back to the blue team.
That was a massive drop from Lexi, but fortunately he's able to recover, and the US had enough score advantage.
Yeah, Sekri and the Creeper putting so much goal for their team. Everyone can see their scores right now. Australia's on the back foot, but it's only 30,000 points. Singular miss, and it should be in favor of Australia. They know this, but they have to hold on. And the thing is, Sekri has been playing so consistently well today already. So I'm not too sure if we can expect a miss coming from him. The Creeper is the same. So hard toss for Australia, but not impossible whatsoever. Still a lot of map left, still a lot of hard parts to come. So
yeah, I mean, Australia's still in this, thanks to those misses from Lexi, but Poltergeist Crypto, please go down. Sekri does miss as well. But the Creeper and Lexi are there with 2 combos above 200. Chicken Nando, the only combo above 200. Sekri struggling in the end, but his teammates are backing him up right when he needs it.
Poltergeist dropping once more. It's going to further increase that leaving United States. 1/8 of the map list. Crimson please dropping as well. Pick is backfiring a little for Australia. They just were not consistent enough, missing on those hard parts. Chicken Nano dropping as well. No combos on the Australian side. Look at the Creeper. 4 digits combo mark. Lexi above 600. Sekri above 200. The map is coming to an end. Only a slow section at the end, and a 4th point for United States on the board. Australia, once again, they were quite close, but at the end it kind of just fell apart, and that's explaining the above 100,000 score difference.
Creeper.
Chances, though.
With nearly 1,000,000 points. 4-0 United States. And they have the pick.
I'm wondering if Lexi's playing on this new computer, and if that is probably just messing up just a little, because it's really odd to adjust to a new setup and all that kind of stuff, and MS being lower and all that stuff. So perhaps that is why he's missing a little more than you're used to of him. But his teammates are backing up quite nicely. Sekri with that 5 miss, the Creeper only a singular miss. There were chances for Australia, definitely. They just have to hold on as soon as their chances are given. But the narrative on these Noma picks have always been United States 1 missing and Australia double missing, and just giving more and more advantage to the United States, and they can't recover from that, sadly. We see Hard Rock 1 coming in from the United States, so they've picked Nomad 1, Hard Rock 1, Double Time 1, so, and Hidden 1 is off the table, so all 1s are already gone. Hard Rock 1 mapped by Gems here, 2 minutes 20 in length.
So Hard Rock 1, not surprising here to see the US pick Hard Rock. I think they feel they have a pretty good advantage on Hard Rock over Australia. They're going to bring Colin back in. But I think it was smart of Australia to pick Nomad, because even though they lost, they forced Colin out, and he popped off on that DT pick, so you don't want someone who's popping off to be in the lobby.
Definitely a good idea to go for Nomad. It was relatively close. I mean, the scoreline is 100,000 points in difference, but it was relatively close, though. The thing is, the reason why United States is not picking Hidden, I believe, is because they do not want to spill their secrets on that Hidden map. But they know Australia's not going to be picking it. They know everyone knows the United States is quite good at Hidden. They do not want China to know how good they are in that Hidden. That is really smart of them. I mean, they're just going with different picks that are more, how would you call it, more predictable coming in from the United States. There's scores at least on them. So, interesting to see. And some big brain strats going on the United States side. We see Quidgo making his return.
You have no idea. Well,
hey, it's been paying off, though.
That is true. So, 5th pick of the match. Hard Rock 1. Sekri Cullen to Creeper against Chicken Nando, Poltergeist, and Quidgo.
Once again, a solid thrust coming in from Australia, and Lost Heart pick was relatively close. This one is a little risky, I feel like, from the United States. They have a solid Hard Rock roster, though. Yeah,
Australia do have a respectable Hard Rock roster. I think it's one of Australia's strongest points, honestly. But the thing is, the United States are also very good at Hard Rock.
Totally.
Chicken Nando does go down. Colin is going to trade it. So, yeah, this pick, in theory, is risky.
At some high risk, high reward type situation, just not wanting to show that hidden performance of them.
Colin is going to trade the miss from Chicken Nando, but Colin missed several notes there. Chicken Nando will miss yet again. It's still very close. It's just Colin and Chicken Nando going back and forth, but Quijibo is going to drop for Australia. So that is going to turn things further in the favor of the United States.
Secure and the Creeper are cruising through this pick right now, still holding a full combo together with Poltergeist, but still 2 versus 1.
Well, now it's no combos above 200 for Australia against Sekre, essentially. Quijibo is going to get up there now. So that's going to stop a little bit of the bleeding, but Colin and the Creeper building their combos. Poltergeist and Chicken Nando are a little bit behind him, and Quijibo drops.
Score is going to further increase in favor of the United States. Colin trading that miss from Quijibo, though.
Yeah, Colin's struggling a little bit here on this Hard Rock pick. But Australia trading the misses. And Sekre, Lone FC.
This is a walk in the park for Sekre currently. The Creeper backing him quite nicely. Australia not being able to capitalize on those misses of Colin. That's explaining the 150,000 score difference. Quijibo dropping once more.
Yep, Colin dropping once again to trade that miss. But the Creeper is there with supporting combo for Sekre. And that is going to be it. And that'll be 5-0 United States.
It was their pick though, but a solid pick coming from them. Sekre once again with a solid full combo, but Colin struggling a lot on this one. So this is looking at the next match coming up, assuming the United States go forward, that is probably a risky pick for China. I mean, China is seeing this and they know Colin is struggling on this one. So things to keep in mind as well. But then again, Sekre and the Creeper really solid from them. The Australians didn't play bad whatsoever, but they just are not able to capitalize on those misses coming from the United States, and that is a 5-0 score. I mean, it's their pick now. Perhaps they should try something different. Why not pick Double Time 3, for example, or a Nomad Convert? Because the things they've been picking now are not working out.
Yeah, they need to switch something up. I think a Nomad Convert would be optimal here.
Yeah. Perhaps Nomad 6, really odd convert. Feels like a hard rock, but it's like a Nomad, so perhaps that one. Or Nomad 4, because that's probably the most comfortable map for most players in this map pool. But then again, it's same counts for the United States, right? So if you're picking something comfortable for you, you're picking something comfortable for your opponent as well. So high risk, high reward type situation. So I'd go for Nomad 6, honestly.
And it looks like Australia are going to call a timeout after this timer ends. Because in theory, you know, if they do not score here, this could be their last pick.
Chicken Nano saying, I'd like to enjoy my last moments here in the CBC. It's not over yet though, Australia. Just try to stay positive. There is still a chance, even though it's not impossible. Probably improbable, but then again, there is a shot. You can definitely get on that board. A couple maps were really, really close, especially that Hard Rock 2 that was only 20,000 points of difference in singular miss. We see
Double Time for DT3. I mean, I think it's the most logical pick here for Australia, I'm not going to lie.
I'm on your team on this one, though. This is a good pick coming from them.
Oh, and they're actually not going to call a timeout.
Oh, interesting. This is definitely the best pick. And as Sekre said, they didn't practice this one, at least not the proper difficulty.
Yeah. Hashtag blame the Creeper. Yeah, they made a mistake there. They did indeed practice the wrong diff for basically the entire week. They were practicing a harder diff.
I mean, if it's probably a good thing that it's a harder diff, not a easier diff. Because if it's an easier diff and you have to like play something harder on stage for like the first or the second time, that's going to be hard. But
we are going to see Panda Bear coming in for Australia, I believe. Nope, he's stepping out. Well, wait.
Perhaps.
There he is. And I believe we're going to be seeing Seth Notori come in for the United States. Yeah. There he is.
appearance in this match. I find this an odd roster, though, coming from Australia. No Quijibo, no Chicken Nano. Perhaps this is just a little... Hey guys, you can play so you can have your lost modes in the CBC. I feel I'm kind of getting that vibe from Australia, and I think that is... I wouldn't call it wrong, it's obviously their decision, but I feel like Quijibo is probably a better choice in double time. But then again, perhaps Panabear... I mean, Panabear is a really solid counter player as well. There's a lot of experience in this game, even though he's quite relatively lowly ranked. But then again, he has a lot of hours in this game, so perhaps this counter pick is something he excels at. I'm not too certain. Odd roster, though, coming from Australia, my honest opinion.
They're talking about the pixel jump.
580, I think. I don't know. Oh. That is what you get when you practice the wrong difficulty, though. There's a start command. 6th map of the match. 3rd pick from Australia. Hopefully they can get on the board. Because if United States breaks now, this is a 6-0 scoreline, match point for the United States and their pick. So that is not a situation you want to be in. We see Panabear and Crimson Police choosing Hidden with that double time.
So it's Sekre, Kisets Notori, and the Creeper against Poltergeist, Crimson Please, and Panda Bear. For Panda and Kise, it's their first map of the match, I believe.
This, yeah.
So seeing some DT Convert specialists come in.
Yeah, I have to correct myself. Everyone seems to be quite decently at this pick from the Australian side as well. No miss to be seen. Everyone's still holding on to a double S even.
Australia, well versed on double time. Crimson Please is going to be the first miss. Panda Bear is also going to find a drop as well, so that's 2 misses to 0 on the side of the US. Still rocking triple double S's.
Once again, early advantage for the United States. Only Poltergeist versus 3 full combos on the United States side. Panda Bear dropping once more. That's going to further increase that lead in favor of the United States. That scorebar is loading quite rapidly, even already 100,000 points because of those triple FCs coming from the United States.
Yeah, I mean, the United States on a triple double S still at the moment. Not much Australia can do.
Definitely. Have to hope for United States to find a slip, but Panda Bear dropping once more is not going to help them whatsoever. The United States just cruising. Panda Bear dropping once more. Triple SS still on the... Actually, never mind. Sekre dropped a singular drop, but then again, 3 FCs already 2/3 into the map, and they all hit the memory jump apparently because it was at 559 if I'm not mistaken. So the United States just cruising. This pick is backfiring for Australia, definitely. Perhaps they should have went for that no mod 6. I'm not too certain. Then again, map still not over. 1 quarter left, but a user from the Creeper.
The Creeper's down. Kisei's the top score.
Kisei currently not sure if there's a spinner. If he keeps holding on, he might be the MVP in the lobby.
Come on, Kisei. But Australia really far behind now. Not much they can do. There's only 1 miss from the United States.
The United States not giving any chances.
Crimson Please dropping. That's absolutely brutal. He had a decent combo before the drop. But Sekre and Kisetsu Notori doing the work. Poltergeist trying his best with the FC. Oh, Kisei is going to find a miss. And it will be Sekre, the lone FC for the United States.
2 people up top having a full combo. Panda Bear dropping once more. Struggling just a little, kind of bottleneck for Australia, but in the end, only 2 misses on the United States side, so not a lot you can do. Sekre and Poltergeist finding a nice FC, tying their scores. Really solid, but then again, 6-0 scoreline for United States, match points and their pick. Australia, rather, is facing elimination from the tournament.
Actually, Poltergeist is going to come away with the MVP on that one by just a few hundred points over Sekre. But the US is going to get that 6-0 scoreline. They are at match point, and they have the pick.
Yeah, indeed. I'm curious to see what United States is going to be picking. I believe they're just going to go for a no-mod map. Perhaps Hard Rock 3. I don't think... Expecting no mod 4, honestly. Just the shortest map in the pool left, if I'm not mistaken. Trying to get this one over as quickly as possible. We've only been playing for 40 minutes, so this one is going really rapidly, this match. Xen readying up, really solid pace from both teams.
And keep in mind, the winner of this match immediately has to be ready for China.
And that is happening in an hour and 20 minutes from now, so break is definitely welcome for either team advancing to that match against China.
So we are going to be getting into some Nomad Convert.
Really one of the longest picks left still, so interesting choice coming from Sakurai and his team. 3 minutes 46 in length. I believe there's a part at 1,200 combo that most people struggle on. I haven't seen any full combos on this one. If I'm not mistaken, Autoless was really close though, only double missed that 60 combo into the map. FC, the rest of the map, really solid performance coming from them on that pick. We see a lot of people struggling on this Nomad 5.
Well, Australia now find themselves where they will need a full reverse sweep to avoid elimination.
We've seen it happen, no. We've seen it happen. Finland versus the Netherlands. That is a different situation, different map pool, an easier map pool, a different opponent as well.
And a best of 9 as well.
And a best of 9 to add to that as well.
But here we go. Round 7. It is match point. Will it be a clean sweep? Or will Australia get on the board?
See stepping in once more. Quidjibo as well. His first Nomad appearance. Simply is probably not feeling all too comfortable on Nomad Converts. Poltergus and Chicken Nando on his side, and the Creeper and Sakurai on the other side as well. They've been playing every single map in this match. Quidjibo the first drop at around 60 combo. Nothing too huge. Map is a marathon, not a sprint, so early misses will not be an issue.
Yeah, definitely not going to be the end of Australia yet in this one. They still have plenty of time, plenty of map. It'll just be a slight score advantage for the United States as Quidjibo builds up to 200.
A score difference going to cap at around 20,000 points, so any miss will switch it. So Sakurai and Poltergus trading that miss up top. Quidjibo dropping once more, so Dublin is coming from Australia and only a single one on the United States side, and that's going to further increase that lead for the United States. Quidjibo dropping once more, kind of struggling on this one. Already said in chat it felt too janky, and it's been showing a little. He's already at 4 misses if I'm not mistaken. Chicken Nano, Lexi, and the Creeper still holding an SS right now.
Yeah, Chicken Nano basically keeping his team in it. Lone FC as Poltergus is building up to 200 to support him. But the US have built up a lead, but Sakurai and Lexi are going to go down as Poltergus trades one of them, but that does favor Australia. It's the Creeper, but Chicken Nando goes down. Quidjibo is there to negate the Creeper's 200 combo to keep the US from running away with it. That was huge from Quidjibo.
Definitely. Chicken Nando, the loss of C on the Australian side to drop the Creeper, though. Halfway into the map, still holding a double S right now. Was the MVP on Nomad 5 from last week as well. Will we see a repetition of that? It does seem to be the case right now. Anyway, everyone above 200 combo. Score dips about 50,000 points. 1 or 2 misses will switch it back to Australia, but Poltergus dropping is not going to favor them whatsoever.
And that is a drop when everyone is at 200 combo, so that is not good news for Australia. But Quidjibo does go down. Sakurai trades it as well as Lexi, so now Australia have a shot here. It's the Creeper against Chicken Nando.
The Creeper definitely the best play in the room at this point. About to that 4-digit combo mark, 1,000 combo. Lexi dropped. Quidjibo dropping once more though, so that is going to further increase that lead in favor of the United States. This is still relatively close. Australia can come back from this. Sakurai and Lexi rather are not feeling all too comfortable. It does seem like Poltergus dropping those is not going to help them.
Yeah, but Poltergus and Quidjibo seem to be struggling as well. Chicken Nando's doing his best. But the problem is Australia just haven't been able to capitalize on any misses from the US. They've only been able to prevent the US from completely running away with it, but now with only a quarter of the map left, they're running out of time as Lexi and Poltergus trade misses. Triple miss from Australia. Everyone misses, no combo on anyone. Complete reset, and that is going to favor the US here in the last quarter of the map.
That was the hard part I talked about earlier, and everyone dropping there. The Creeper dropping his full combo. Sad to see, because I think he would have achieved the ending though. Sakurai dropping once more. Small advantage for Australia, but Chicken Nando trading immediately. He's dropping once again. Quidjibo dropping as well. Triple miss from Australia. No full combos on their side. This is elimination for Australia. They have to keep holding on. Not a lot of map left. Lexi and the Creeper definitely putting so much scoring for United States. The Creeper dropping once more though. There is still a lot of combo to be catched out of this spinner, but the map is coming to an end. Sekri, the triple miss from the United States, though.
Everyone is down on the U.S. and now Australia starts running back with Poltergeist, but I think they are out of time. Chicken Nando's trying to get there to 200, but it's not going to be enough, it looks like. I think they're running out of time.
There is no Poltergeist drop in there is going to seal the deal.
And that is going to be it. 7-0 United States. Australia will bow out in the top 12, and the United States will move on to play China. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a rematch. 2 years in the making. 3 years in the making now. My bad.
3 years even, yeah.
Those two teams.
For the United States, though.
Yeah, Australia really... They had a few maps where they had a chance, and the U.S. definitely gave them some shots. They just were never able to capitalize off any misses from the U.S. They were only able to keep them from running away with it a little bit. But in the end, it was not enough.
Australia definitely had a lot of chance to get on the board. Sadly, they always had the short straw in those situations. But then again, wasn't run over as in huge score difference all the time. Australia was quite close a lot of the times. So solid performance definitely coming in from them against the third place from last year. Let's keep that in mind, right? Australia only being the 15th seed in the tournament. So still a solid performance from them. Sadly, we have to say goodbye to Australia already. They end up finishing this year's CWC in the 9th to 12th position, so I believe that is a tie with their best performance ever. So perhaps even their best performance ever, so really solid performance coming from them. And the United States has made it to the top 8, and they will be facing China in about an hour and 15 minutes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, the last time the U.S. and China played, it was 2018 Grand Finals. So this should be a good one. You don't want to miss it. Go and grab your CWC food. Go to the bathroom. Do what you gotta do. You don't want to miss the next match.
Definitely. There's 4 more teams in contention for those 2 lost spots for the finals week. So we see Russia, Canada, United States, and China. United States and China will be facing off first, and then later on today, Russia and Canada will be facing off for that very last spot in the top 6. Hong Kong, South Korea, France, and Philippines already guaranteed of a top 6 position. 2 really hype matches coming up later on today. I feel like both of them can go either way, honestly. I'd say China definitely the 3rd place and the 2nd place from last year facing off for the very first time since Grand Finals 2018, where they obviously finished 1st and 2nd because it was the Grand Final. So really hype match coming in from them. United States, they have an hour to catch a little break to assess the match they just had. Probably make some small adjustments to their rosters and some points, adjust strategies, and I believe they have a decent shot against this Chinese team.
And I will say something that the U.S. managed to do is they did manage to complete the sweep, the 7-0. So they do have a small leg up on China in the fact that China won 7-3 over Indonesia, so the U.S. does have some more intel to go with here.
Definitely, and combined with that, the United States avoided that hidden bracket, so China has no intel on the United States' best mod. So are they going to be willing to pick the hidden against the United States? I don't think they will. They have no intel whatsoever, whilst the United States know how China played on hidden. I believe China played all 3 hidden maps in that match, so small advantage for the United States, definitely.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to deter China too much from picking hidden, but it does help that, China has no idea what any of the United States' scores are, so should be a great match in about 1 hour. We'll be back for it for United States and China.
Yeah, I believe we'll be taking a small break, so get a walk, get some food, try to hype yourself up already for this upcoming match, because it's going to be a banger, ladies and gentlemen. United States versus China. Do not want to miss that one. Either way, I'd like to thank you for sitting here with me in the commentator booth. It was an absolute... really enjoyed it. It was a really good match as well, even though the scoreline 7-0 was way closer than that shows. And I'd like to thank the viewer as well for watching, and definitely come back in an hour. You do not want to miss United States versus China whatsoever.
We will see you then, and we'll see you next time.
Take care, everyone.